got some McDonald's today. My viewers have been raving about the Mcgriddles, not all of them, but some of them, and I decided to try Mcgriddle. Now, I told a lot of my viewers that I had heard of Mcgriddles, but I couldn't remember trying one, and quite honestly, I don't think I've ever tried one. I also got some nice BC cherries. I picked these this morning. You know, it's such a shame that cherries just grow like crazy around here, and so many people have them on their trees and they don't pick them. I don't get it. The trees are just ripe and just hanging with cherries, and they don't pick them. So anyways, I picked these this morning. So I've got a Mcgriddle, a hash brown. I got a few chips just for that crunchy effect, and I got a BLT McMuffin. When I drove up, there's an advertisement that said it's back, the BLT McMuffin, so I decided to try that. Before I get any further, I got a few shout outs. Now, I have to apologize to one of my viewers because I really screwed up this person's name last time. You know what happens is I see people's names written down. A lot of times it's kind of hard to tell what it is, you know. And then, of course, by the time I write it down, I can't read my own writing half the time. And then I may not record that video for 2 or 3 days later, so I kind of forget, you know. So, anyways, HPL Romeo 01. You know, I can't remember what I said last time, but I'm sure I got it wrong. But it's Romeo, so my apologies to you, HPL Romeo 001. There's your shout out. And Joaquin DM647. Big shout out to you as well, my friend. Okay. And a big shout out to all of you as well. And a big shout out to McDonald's for this lovely breakfast. So I'm not sure what to try first. So I got a chicken McGriddle. That's a chicken McGriddle. Never had one before. And my large Americano double. Got the McDonald's logo on there. Well, this is good. This is really good. They had a few kinds of these. I've never tried one before, and I like it. I like the sweetness of the pancake or biscuit, whatever that is. Looks like a pancake. These are ranch flavored chips. I've never tried those before either. Maybe I'll have a cherry. That's good coffee. We've had amazingly warm weather lately. Yesterday, Linda and I went to the North Island Wildlife Recovery Center, and I'm going to talk about that. And then when we got home, we rode around this big lake called Long Lake. We have this rubber dinghy we bought at Cabela's a while back, and we floated down the river with it. I made some video of that, which I'm sure you've seen if you've seen that video. And then we went to the Thursday night public market downtown, and it was packed wall to wall people. Wow! But the weather's so nice, and you know it's so nice that this whole COVID thing is done with, and you know people are back to enjoying themselves. It was just wonderful to see all that. I think I may have got a little too much sun yesterday when I was rolling around the lake. But I got a good cardio workout, I'll tell you. Wow. rubber boats are not the easiest thing to row. So anyways, the North Island Wildlife Recovery Center has been in operation, I think, now for over 30 years, but they're a non-profit group, and they have a lot of volunteers, and of course you also have veterinarians. They may be the only ones that actually get paid, I would think. They could be donating their time too, for all I know, in their services. But everybody donates a lot of their time, which is really good. And they have an amazing facility there. Covers a few acres. The people who volunteer are so knowledgeable and so friendly and so grateful for the visitors that they get, because they charge you admission. I think it was roughly let's see now, it was for the two of us, I think it was about $31 or something. So I guess about $15 and some odd cents each. But so they rely on that. They rely on heavily on donations and fundraising, and of course the price of admission. They have a wonderful little souvenir shop as well, which is really kind of nice. Now their mission is to rescue and recover and medically treat wildlife that's been, abused or neglected or injured somehow. Some eagles get, they land on power lines, or some people shoot them. There's a lot of birds there. They have a lot of birds. They have a lot of eagles. They have some beautiful owls, all kinds of owls, but they have golden eagles, bald eagles, and they have a lot of birds. It's really nice to see these beautiful different owls and birds and stuff like that. Just wonderful. Now every once in a while in the news, I noticed that they'll release an eagle back into the wild, after it's been treated. No, not all animals can be released, but it's nice when they're able to do that. Because they'll show on the news, they'll let the eagle go and just flies away and never comes back, so it's nice. But like I said before, not all animals can be re-released in the wild because they're too injured to fly. I'm talking about birds here, or they've had some kind of an injury where they just can't look after themselves. They can no longer hunt. Some animals were brought in as babies and they never learned how to hunt or to survive on their own. But they have lots of birds there. Some of those owls are just beautiful. Owls are so intriguing. They have some ravens. They have a raven. His name is Blizzard. He's a white raven. He looks like he'd be albino. But he actually, I'll see if I pronounce this word, he actually suffers from a condition called leucism. I think something like that. It's Leucism. I'm not sure you pronounce that, but that's what he suffers from. And his body doesn't produce enough melanin to protect him from the sun. So He's completely white like an albino. His feathers don't keep him warm enough in the winter. He has a heat lamp in his cage, which he sits by quite often. But there's no way he can survive on his own, so he'll be at that center for the rest of his life, or somewhere else in care, because he can't live on his own. But he's an interesting looking raven. Now recently, very recently, a mother bear was euthanized by Fish and Game officers because it was always probably neighborhoods getting into garbage cans. And a lot of bears do that. You know, if you have a freezer on your porch, they get into it. Some of them come right into your house. They start to lose their hunting skills and depend more on garbage and you know, like the handouts and the easier stuff. And so this mama bear was turning on people. I mean, it's a wild animal, you know. So unfortunately they euthanized it, but this bear had 3 cubs, which they confiscated and took to the wildlife center. So this wildlife center has 3 cubs. Now, I'm not sure what will become of those cubs, because they'll never learn to hunt. So I'm not sure what's going to happen to them. I mean, they'll get really good treatment there, but where they'll end up, I'm not sure. But I'd like to look into that, and get back to you on that. Like maybe do an update in a few months from now. But it really bothers me, because people feed bears you're not supposed to. And people leave garbage lying around, they leave dog food outside, and a lot of bears become dependent on that. And not just bears, but cougars come around. But they said on the news, this chicken Mcgriddle is really good, by the way. They said on the news that in British Columbia, every year there's an average of 500 bears euthanized. That's more than one a day. That just breaks my heart. It really does. You know, you think there'd be some other way to deal with that, like more relocation or something. But I guess if bears become so dependent on people for their food, you know, and they lose their hunting skills, I don't know what they can do, you know. But I keep thinking there's got to be something better. And the same with cougars. Somebody reports a cougar plot in the neighborhood. And they euthanize it. Very recently there was a cougar somebody spotted in their backyard that had killed a deer. And we have a lot of deer around here, a lot of deer. I saw one this morning. And 2 days ago, I see them every day. And this deer a cougar killed a deer in someone's backyard. Now the deer was dead. They should have just let it do its thing, but they phoned the wildlife officers, and they came and euthanized it, which is just so unfortunate, you know. I love these hash browns. Always so good. Now, there's a bear at this wildlife recovery center at the moment. She's a female. Her name is Ray. She's been there a few years now, and she was discovered on the side of a road, starving with a head injury. So they figured she probably, she suffered some head trauma. They figured she had been hit by a car or something like that. Very unsteady on her feet. Now the bear compound there, it's about 1/4 of an acre. It's got a pond, a beautiful pond, so they can swim in there, or this bear can swim in there. It's got some culverts and tunnels and dens and everything. Got some trees and shrub in there. They've done their best. To give this bear a suitable environment. Okay, that's a BLT egg McMuffin. I don't know why they said that's back. I'm positive I had one of these a couple months ago. So I admire the work that this facility does. They're so wonderful, these animals. The cages are so clean. The grounds are pristine. You know that they're doing their best to work with what they have. But it's a beautiful place even just to walk around. There's a picnic area, and they have these those great big Easter head, those Easter Island heads, They have one of those and a bunch of smaller ones, and very, very nice places to go for a walk, And the atmosphere is wonderful. They have a huge pond for turtles, a really huge turtle pond. And there's fish in there as well. My stomach's growling, I'm so hungry. Oh, that's good coffee. I'm going to do more breakfast videos, but I want to do like a Burger King breakfast, an A&W, a Wendy's, a White Spa, a few others. But this turtle pond, the turtle pond is huge. And there's a lot of turtles in there. I mean, I've seen just the ones that I saw when I walked up. I probably saw about 15, and I'm sure there's more. And what happens, a lot of these turtles are turned in by people who buy turtles as pets when they're little, and they realize this thing's getting bigger, so they don't want to do with it. So they turn it in. this time of year, like I said, the cherry trees are just loaded. I may have told you this before. But up the street from where we live, there was this elderly woman. She was living on her own in this big house on the corner. And this was about, maybe about 4 years ago. At that time, she was 88 years old. And I'd see her out there in the garden. She'd always have her kerchief on. I'll be okay. Anyway, she has this kerchief on, and she's out there spraying all her flowers. And she'd run around, she'd spray this one and that one. You know, she wouldn't stay with one shrub or flower any more than 10 seconds. But I'd see her early in the morning out there. That's my stomach growl, by the way. She's out there, you know, running around spraying all her shrubs and flowers and everything. And she was always outside in her garden. Lovely woman. Her name was Marcy. And like I said, she was 80 years old. She had this row of trees about maybe 8 cherry trees, 8 or 9. It was 9, that's right. 9 cherry trees. And I used to talk to her all the time. I'd walk by. She would always feed all of the feral cats and everything. And she lived alone. Her husband passed away years ago. But I would stop and talk to her. I was walking the dog just for a minute or two. And this one day, I mentioned something about her cherries, because it was this time of year. I said, "You like cherries?" I said, "Oh yeah." I just said, "Well, I'll pick some for you." I said, "Oh, you don't have to do that." She said, "Oh no." She puts down Rose, goes and grabs a ladder, puts it up there and climbs up this ladder. And the woman's like 88 years old, right? Has an ice cream bucket. In no time at all, picks me a bucket of cherries. just a wonderful woman. And then last, about a year ago, she had to move off the property and move in with, she had to move onto the property of her son. His son and his wife have a small carriage home, and she's living in that now. And it's sad. Because the house was sold. Now a contractor bought it. He started working on it. Last fall, worked all through the winter. And he completely changed. I mean, the house it was a beautiful one right on the corner, but, you know, it was kind of outdated, but still looked very good. He replaced a lot of windows. You know, he did wonders with the siding. There's this rock siding. Just really knows what he's doing. Had a vision, right? And really fixed this house up really nice. It looks beautiful. But he put up a great big fence, so it was not quite as neighborly as it used to be. When Marcy had it, she had like a small little fence. You know, it was very neighborly. But you know, he put up one of those fences with the corrugated metal. It looks good, but it's just not as neighborly as it used to be. But all those cherry trees, they just took them all out of there, and now it's all cement, big He's got a big RV there and a big boat and everything. It's that part's, excuse me, kind of sad. But I was staying till Linda the other day when we were walking by. I can still see Marcy out there with a jean jacket and a kerchief, and her spray hose just running around, you know. And for a little woman that age, I mean, by the time she moved out of there, she was about 91, I think, thereabouts, and she could still move. You know, she was very spry, you know. So very, very cute little lady. I would definitely get the Mcgriddle again. I'd get another one. I think they had about 3 kinds, I think. But that BLT egg McMuffin wasn't all that great. It was just like an egg McMuffin with tomato and bacon or whatever. I mean, it was no different than the bacon and egg one, just had tomato on it and lettuce, but which made it slide around more. But I think A&W in this town is the only fast food place that does breakfast that, you know, where you actually get like the eggs, the sausage, the bacon, the toast, the hash browns, where it looks like a breakfast plate, you know. So I'm looking forward to trying that. I love cherries. I used to make cherries Jubilee. So good. But getting back to this North Island Wildlife Recovery Center, it was just so wonderful the work they do there, helping all these animals. Like I said, a lot of these animals are returned to the wild, but some, for whatever reason, can't. There was one eagle that was shot. Somebody shot it, you know, which is just, I don't understand it, but anyways, somebody did that. And it'll never fly again. Like some of these things, like some of these birds can fly maybe 8 or 10 feet, you know, fly from their perch down to the ground, but they can't fly enough to hunt or survive. They would never survive out there. And that saddens me. But the upswing is they're getting good care. They're being well fed. A lot of these eagles are fed quail and stuff like that. You know, salmon, the fish, or the bears are fed, you know, lots of vegetables and salmon and stuff like that. They have a lot of donations. They might eating too many cherries, you end up paying the price. If you know what I mean. Not crazy about these ranch chips that much. McDonald's is good coffee. I always say that, but it's true. cherries Jubilee and get nice French vanilla ice cream. Oh, it's so good. Last year, we had some weird weather. The fruit, it was terrible. Never really had a cherry season at all. Now, a lot of these cherries are smaller than what they normally should be because it's been so dry lately. And like, for instance, like Marcy, when she gave me those cherries, they were smaller than most of them because, you know, she waters everything, but she also wasn't watering her trees because cherry trees require a lot of water. Now, you don't want to water them over too much. If you overwater, they take out too much water, they split. You don't want that either. So it's kind of a fine line, but otherwise they're just too small if they don't get enough water. I love cherry pie too, cherry tarts. Yeah, I wonder what those three little cubs at the recovery center, what's going to become of them. Eventually, you have to go somewhere. Once I start eating cherries, I find it hard to stop. Oh, it's good. Well, that's it. Now I have to apologize for the video that I took at the recovery center. It was kind of shaky. Wasn't very good. But, you know, I was just using my phone, which I dropped, by the way, and shattered the screen. But that's a good thing, because I've been wanting to get a new phone. Now I have an excuse to get one. Oh man, that's good coffee. I needed that. The weather's just been so spectacular lately. Like I said last year, you know, halfway through July, we were still putting on sweaters and light jackets. It was raining, and you know, really different. We eventually got summer, about 6 weeks, but it's been like this pretty much since April. Just beautiful. Wow. Very dry. The lawns don't usually dry up until around, you know, July or August. You know, they've been drying out for a long time, which is kind of a good thing because I don't have to mow as much, but I still have to mow the weeds. Like the other day, I was out there. I was mowing the lawn, but it wasn't actually mowing lawn. I was just mowing dandelions and everything else. Because, you know, they're like this, and the lawn's like that, right? I remember my second house, the backyard, the back lawn, if you want to call it a lawn, it was all all weeds and dandelions, whatever, but it was all green, so that's all that was beyond hope. The only thing to do with that would have been to tug it all up and reseed it, or lay down sod or something. But anyway, we sold that house a long time ago. Wow, wow, that was wonderful. So I hope you enjoyed my my video and my story on the North Island Wildlife Recovery Center. And if there's something like that near you, I hope that maybe you would consider, supporting just by, going there and checking it out. The one here, like I said, I'm very impressed with it. Oh, wow. Oh, it seems to be one more go. Oh, that's good. That hit the spot. That was lovely. Okay. There it is, my friends. Well, I want to thank you for tuning in. I love your comments. I love doing shout-outs. Once again, forgive me if I get your name wrong during a shout-out. And, if you want a shout-out, you can just tell me how it's pronounced. That would help too, I love your comments. I love the fact that you're tuning in, supporting my channel. So you people take care. Enjoy the nice weather if you do have some. And look after yourselves. Look after each other, okay? Okay, we'll see you next time. Bye now.